Things I would change about this setup and things I liked, but first I'm going to take off the backpacks. First of all, since many of you have asked me privately what's going on with the panniers and this cool backpack, they're specific to this Trek checkout bike. The panniers are included and come pre-installed when you buy it. The backpack isn't included, you must buy it separately. As shown, it's made to fit around the rear shock's position. This is a full suspension gravel bike, whether people like it or not. Since this bike has many haters, I don't know why. After 10 kilometers, I realized the suspension was essential. I'm glad I didn't choose a fully rigid one. Why? Well, since I was carrying so much weight, 35 kilos no more no less, the reality is that you can't lower the tire pressure too much because you could unseat the tire or get a flat, and all the work of absorbing bumps will have to be done by the suspension. If you ride a fully rigid bike, your back, legs and shoulders absorb the impact, making you tired over time. In my case, I made two serious mistakes. The first one, as I mentioned, was loading the bike with too much weight. But in the end, I wanted to bring tripods, drones, batteries, different cameras, everything to be able to put together a good piece about the trip, and that adds up a lot, to the point where, as I said, I was carrying 35 kilos, which is a lot. But then comes the second mistake, which is even more serious than the first one, which is not distributing the weight properly. Carrying these huge backpacks on the back of the bike, which held about 90% of the weight I was carrying, so the bike was completely unbalanced. You might not notice it on flat ground or even uphill, but downhill the bike becomes almost uncontrollable. I should have listened to my friend Nacho and loaded much more weight on the front, taking advantage of the fact that this bike has a super wide handlebar that lets you carry a really nice bag. Another thing that didn't really make much difference was this dropper seat post, which honestly I barely used, and the 2 times I tried it, it actually made me lose my sense of where to keep my weight between my legs more than it helped me. Since this seat post model weighs nearly a kilo, I honestly would have preferred to save that weight. In the future, I'd also change the drivetrain. The rear is perfect with a 10 to 52 mountain bike cassette, but the front just has a single 38 tooth chainring. While it's perfect on flat terrain or when the bike isn't loaded, when you're climbing the Pyrenees with 35 kilos on your back and 17% gradients for hours and hours, you'd really appreciate having a 34 or even a 32 tooth chainring. Basically keep a higher cadence and not have to put so much strain on your quadriceps. In short, I recommend suspension for adventure gravel riding or bikepacking. It makes a lot of sense, and that extra comfort will completely offset the extra weight you'll have on the bike. Some things only come with experience. These were my rookie mistakes. Would you have changed anything else about this setup? Tell me in the comments and I'll read them.